Come here. I put the flesh all on the T-back, he won't reappear. I used to get off links, more Krispy Kreme, it ain't no peace in it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Miles. Y'all call me Milo. And today I'm gonna be telling y'all who I am, what y'all can expect on this channel, and just thank you for everybody that blew their last video up, whoever came in, liked that video. I appreciate y'all. Anyways, though, my name is Miles. If you don't already know, I'm 18 years old. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi originally, and I was born in West Point, Mississippi. Through my journey growing up in life, you know what I'm saying, I would say my story is a little bit different than most, you know what I'm saying. I come from a background that is pretty hard to explain for real. Not most people would really understand. I will say that my mother was in my life. I grew up around my grandmother growing up in Columbus, Mississippi, where my mother would live with my grandmother, and I lived with my mom and grandmother together with my other two siblings in the household, which would have consisted of my two sisters, and as well as, you know what I'm saying, my uncle coming in occasionally every now and then. Anyways, though, throughout that, my mom ended up being able to get her own apartment. And I remember my youth life would be me just really, I remember as a young kid when I was first born, my mom and dad did live together, but that only lasted for maybe like, I want to say maybe like 4 years, 3 years. Then after that, I moved away and moved with my grandmother, which my mom was living with at the time. And my mom eventually, she was able to get back on her feet, and she was able to get back on her feet and, you know what I'm saying, get her own apartment. I want to say that through my journey, though, through elementary school, I was more of a quiet kid in Mississippi when I was going to school there. I went from Mississippi, I want to say, from Head Start all the way up until it was third grade, the middle of third grade, or really second grade. And throughout that time, I was really a more quiet kid, especially in kindergarten. My teachers loved me. I was always that just handsome kid. That's what they said, handsome and smiley kid that just smiled a lot. And when I was growing up in Mississippi, I used to go to church a lot with my grandmother. She was a woman who went to church a lot and was really rooted in God and Jesus. And I would go to church with her often, and just every time she would go to church, I would just tag along with her. And it kind of got me introduced to who Jesus was at a young age. At this time, I'm probably like 5 years old. I want to say after that, though, in Mississippi, it was till I got to about second grade. That's when I started talking more, started meeting new people. I started learning what a cool kid is, you know what I'm saying, being cool. And that's when my eyes started opening and really developing, you know what I mean? And that's when your personality, once you learn out, you know what I'm saying, there's different niches in life. Like, you learn pretty young, like, you know what I'm saying, there's a group of cool kids where you know what I'm saying, when you start learning stuff like that. That happened for me in like second grade. And I want to say that that's when my journey of being a class clown started, really. But at first it started with me just being a stand-up kid, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the type to force being a class clown. That's just what, you know what I'm saying, I guess I would have fit in. I was just that one funny person that every time I would get the class going, you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to force it for the most part, not at this age at least. I will say that along my journey, I did start to force it, but it was natural to start off with it. People just said I was naturally funny. I want to say from there, it kind of continued on with me. Man, 1 second. Yes, so in second grade, that's when I started to be like a stand-up guy. People would be kind of immature, and I would try to help them mature at such a young age, you know what I'm saying? And I remember this one scenario with my teachers, and, you know what I'm saying, it just stuck with me my whole life. I always was the type to try to help people be more mature in their life. Anyways, though, continue on, you know what I'm saying? I was living a pretty normal life as a kid growing up, and I went to Joe Cook Elementary. If y'all don't know where that's at, that is in Columbus, Mississippi. Not sure where at, but yeah, that's in Columbus, Mississippi. And then I remember third grade come around, and that's when my mom moved to Alabama. And we moved to go live in Alabama, and my life kind of changed from there. My whole scenery changed, my vibes changed, everything just completely just fresh, new beginning, you know what I mean? So I moved here. I didn't know anybody, you know what I'm saying? I had to meet friends again. And I remember when I first came, it was just nothing but white people, dog. So imagine me just living in Mississippi, straight black people. I never too much see white people. Then I moved to a city where it's just great white people, you know what I'm saying? Not like, it was maybe there was like 5 to 6 black people. I promise you. Anybody knows there's only 5 to 6 black people. And as I moved to Alabama, though, it made me get out of my comfort zone because, you know what I'm saying, I'm used to being around. I'm not saying it in a racial way. I'm saying it in a way that the backgrounds are different. What black people and white people do and what Mexicans and Indians do, they're different backgrounds, you know what I mean? So, like, switching my backgrounds from what I'm used to switching around people, you know what I'm saying, I'm not so used to, it made me switch. But eventually, though, I did meet some people when I first moved. The environment was great. People was very welcoming. It didn't give off bad vibes at all. But as I moved, I was real quiet. So I was already quiet when I was in Mississippi, but when I moved to Alabama, it just got even worse because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know nobody. I didn't want to talk for real. But then I want to say about 2 weeks, I grew out of that, you know what I'm saying? And then that's where I spent most of my life from about third grade to, I want to say, 10th grade. Yeah, third to 10th grade, I spent my whole life in Alabama. Living in Alabama was a great experience. It was not rough at all. My living, I had, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want for anything. But what I will say is my mother, as much as she wanted to make it seem good, it wasn't that good on the back end. You know what I'm saying? I was not necessarily starving, but you know what I'm saying, I was having trouble. I wasn't eating good. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating ramen noodles. Just like on the front end, it may look like I'm living in a nice apartment area. You know what I mean? But on the back end, it's not really looking that good. But I'm making the best of what I do have. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that I did come up from a struggle. That's what I'm saying. When I say my background is different, I don't necessarily come from deep struggle of being in the trenches, but I didn't come from upbringing of just blessings and, you know what I'm saying, just abundance and always having these things. But and through my life, God has kind of brought me to journey through every level of life, from being dead poor to working through, you know what I'm saying, at least getting something, from getting something to, you know what I'm saying, which I'll continue to watch and which I would learn about me. But I don't want to keep this too long and going very in detail, but I did want to go in detail because I wanted to look back at this, and even, you know what I'm saying, everybody else look back at this as y'all see my journey and watch me grow. Is, yeah, that's just want to see y'all watch me grow for real, and I want to kind of help get myself out of my comfort zone. So, anyways, though, like I said, from third to 10th grade, I moved to Alabama. My background wasn't too bad there, but you know what I'm saying, I was struggling in certain areas of my life. I didn't have my dad in my life. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have no type of structure for it. I was just living in a nice neighborhood, being around decent people. But then for the most part, I want to say it was to about third to fifth grade. Yeah, third to fifth grade. Actually, I lied. From third to fifth grade, I was in Alabama to the middle of fifth grade year. Then I moved. Third to fifth grade, I was in Alabama. Then I moved to Colorado. And through my third and fifth grade year of Alabama, it wasn't bad. It was pretty nice. I loved the people. I eventually became a class clown, you know what I'm saying? People kind of always just looked at me as funny, you know what I mean? And my teachers naturally liked me. I guess people would call me like the teacher's pet, you know what I'm saying? But like, it was like you know how when grade changes, especially when you're young, you have one set teacher. It was like every set teacher I went to, like the teachers from the last year would talk about me to the next teachers, and eventually they would have an idea on who I am. And before you know it, I became a teacher pet again and again. And you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to force it for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I remember, like, it was just one crazy story, man. I don't know, man. I just always been close with my teachers, you know what I'm saying? They love me, and that's all I can pretty much say. But from third to fifth grade, it was a nice time I lived, you know what I'm saying? I love living in Alabama. But then I moved to Colorado, where my mom, she sent me up there for vacation, but COVID came around, so I had to end up staying up there for a while. And I was stuck up there until, you know what I'm saying, I could come, like I was saying before, my phone overheated. My camera overheated, y'all. My bad, chat. Anyways, though, I was stuck in Colorado until I was able to come back because of COVID. So I ended up staying in Colorado, and actually I had to enroll in school up there. And when I enrolled up in school, it was about fifth grade, and I stayed from there to fifth grade to seventh grade, the summer of seventh grade year, and then the summer of seventh grade year, I had no, it was the middle of seventh grade year. I think I moved back. Either one, summer or this middle. Yeah, it was the summer of seventh grade year, like the summer going into seventh grade is what I'm saying. Anyways, though, the summer going in, that's when I stayed. I was in Colorado. Colorado was smooth. I met 2 to 3 friends I was real close with. Man, I really started exploring the world then, man. I had some crazy story time. Like that's a whole different story. Going to Colorado was insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was living in Colorado, and dang, bro, what happened? Bro, it's so much stuff that happened in Colorado, bro. I would have to break it down, bro. I got chased down one time. Me and my friends, we would do dumb things. I remember this one time my friend was skipping rocks across the road, and like he was skipping rocks, and a dude come past like driving fast as hell, and my friend, I guess he threw the rock, and as he threw the rock, it like cracked somebody's windshield. And I'm talking about, bro, when I see it, bro, crazy story time. I'm talking about our friend threw the rock out of nowhere. I'm talking about this dude slams on his brake as hard as possible. I'm talking about like he driving fast as hell, time the rock hit him. I guess he like just slammed the brake, nigga. It was crazy. I saw that shit, bro. I was like, Alex, ain't no way. My friend Alex, if you watching this, bro, that was a crazy time. You know that. Anyway, he ended up slamming the brake. I'm talking about out of nowhere, he just slammed in reverse. You know how like when if you watching somebody's car at nighttime and then you just see like the red lights, then out of nowhere it flash white. Bro, and at the time, bro, I just saw the lights flash like white as if he was backing up. And oh my nigga, I took off running, fam. But my friend, he sat there and stayed there, and I was like, you know what? I can't leave. I'm finna sit here right here. Anyways, but that's another story time for another day, bro. It was so much that happened, bro. That's when I realized I started experiencing what life was on my own. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't around my parents. My mom wasn't there to protect me. I'm just kind of walking around the world. But I remember this one time I drove the bus from like Aurora, Colorado to Denver, Colorado. Bro, so much stuff. I experienced a lot in Colorado. I definitely don't regret that decision of having to stay up there. But anyways though, obviously that wasn't my parents. My brother, I stayed up there with him for a little while just because he was able to help me. Anyways though, I moved back to Alabama after COVID was over. It was about 2021. 2021 COVID was like, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't taking stuff as serious as they was. It started to go down a little bit, and that's when I took the chance to move back to Alabama. As I moved back then, my sister, she was graduating high school, so it was just me and my mom when I moved back. And bro, it didn't feel the same. It was like usually it's me, my mom, and sisters living together, but then it was just me and my sister. And bro, that felt so weird. I mean, excuse me, it was just me and my mom. And bro, that felt so weird, just like being home alone when she went to work. And you know what I mean? It was just a lonely experience for me. And I will say, man, that part of Alabama, like the second half of me living in Alabama, was the craziest thing ever, bro. I started smoking weed. I started feeling lonely. You know what I'm saying? I started like physically seeing things in spiritual realm. Like my whole life did a whole 360 after that. I've had a lot of experiences, you know what I'm saying, and things that I shouldn't have indulged in. I want to say that I did start to get into the streets heavy as well. That's where I learned what the streets was, you know what I'm saying, what that was about, you know what I mean? I started learning so much different things about life about that time of my life. And I remember one time, just at this time I was about like 15, and I remember just sitting thinking to myself like, man, what am I doing with myself, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I enrolled in football. I got into football my freshman year of high school, and after that, I remember my life changed, bro. I became a running back, bro. They had me playing. I was playing running back, linebacker, and dang, I don't remember what. I was playing running back and linebacker. Bro, that had to been the funnest experience of my life. I started working out, getting exercise in, and like, oh my, it was peak experience, dog. I'll never forget that. I'm gonna post some pictures up right here so y'all can see, bro. That was peak experience of my life. I was playing running back and linebacker. And I want to say that through that experience, it taught me how to grow myself as a man, how to be disciplined. It showed me how to, you know what I'm saying, care for others. Taught me a lot of things. It taught me to be close with Jesus, because if you know you play football, you know what I'm saying, you have football dinners. They take you to churches, and most football programs, at least. I'm not sure what yours do, but mine, we went to like churches to eat dinner on Wednesdays nights, stuff like that. And through that experience, it just really started opening my eyes like, dang, man, I don't go to church no more. I don't take Jesus seriously. And, bro, I just want to say it was a great experience to experience, man. I got a lot of reps at my position, you know what I'm saying? I remember one game my freshman year, I was a second string linebacker. And I remember times where my coaches would give me opportunity after opportunity, but I just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? My body wasn't physically developed at the time, so I didn't have everything I needed to really step into that role of being a starter. And the people that were above me, you know what I'm saying, I knew that I didn't have the position, but I just knew that they were testing me out to see, you know what I'm saying, the next year when it came, that if they could put me there. But I never really fully developed, so they moved me from middle linebacker to outside linebacker, and then that's when my football career kind of took off for real. I started taking football serious. I remember that summer, like the summer from ninth grade to 10th grade, I went to Alabama camp. I'm gonna post a picture up here if I have it too. I went to a camp in Alabama A&M, and bro, not a camp. I went to a visit actually. I went. I started doing 7-on-7s. You know what I'm saying, like professional 7-on-7. I tried to join the team in Tupelo, Mississippi. It was something crazy, bro. It was a crazy experience, bro. When, like that was peak life experience for me, just doing all those type of things. And man, I missed that part of my life. But honestly though, after that, you know what I'm saying, I started going through deep depression, you know what I'm saying? I started being at home alone more. I cut off, you know what I'm saying? I stopped doing certain things that got me to where I was at the time. That's some good advice for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop doing things that get you to where it got you at first, you know what I'm saying? So many people reach that next level of their life, you know what I'm saying? And then they stop doing what got them there in the first place, you know what I'm saying? You can't, like I was saying before my phone overheated again, don't stop doing the thing that got you to that next level in the first place, bro. That is so important. You know, don't neglect that at all. It is very important that you keep doing what you are doing because it's gonna keep helping you grow. That's a foundational thing that you had to keep building off of that. That's the foundation. Anyways, though, I want to continue to say that that was the peak point in my life. But after that, shortly, you know what I'm saying, I fell into deep depression. I eventually remember from my ninth grade jump going into 10th grade, I didn't want to play football. If you watching this and you're from my old school, you know that it was the summertime. We was doing summer, and what was we doing? Summer workouts. And I want to say that, bro, I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all are family, dog. I quit football because I was musty a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've always dealt with being musty. I never took personal hygiene serious. I was real young, and I had money issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using that as an excuse, but I kind of am at the same time. I never really, you know what I'm saying? I was young, and my mom would buy me certain things. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have all the best of money to get me certain things. I would have, you know what I'm saying, deodorant, but that was it, bro. I remember this one time my mom whooped my ass for not putting deodorant on. And I promised to God, I put deodorant on that day, but I was still musty and I got my ass whooped. Now, this was like way back in life. And when I was living in Mississippi, I was like 6 years old. I got my ass whooped for being musty. And like I've always been that one person that just was stanky as hell and nobody wanted to be around. And playing football just made it even worse. So that's when I just quit, bro. I was like, I told I'm gonna be so serious. I told my coaches this, bro. Coach Bradford watching this, I told him, I vividly remember this. I was like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta quit football. He was just like, why? And what, you know what I'm saying, was making you make this decision? And I was telling him, you know what I'm saying, I've been musty, you know what I'm saying, I've been stanky, and I can't get it together, so I don't want to be around other people stinking it up too, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to take some personal time to myself. But that didn't end up working out well, you know what I'm saying? Talking to coach, I ended up playing football still, you know what I'm saying? I proceeded through all those hard times and I kept going, and that kind of taught me a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Even when hard times hit, get it together, but still keep pushing to what you're trying to get to in life. And I want to say that I've always, since I'm here on this topic, I might as well touch on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I kind of take care of my hygiene now. I definitely take care of my hygiene, but what I've learned is through my years, hygiene isn't all about products that you use. It's also about what you put into your body, bro. You can't just be putting nonsense into your body and not expect it to come out smelly. So that's something I learned, and I will talk on that later in the video. But man, you know what I'm saying, I'm not somebody, y'all may see me on what I camera, what I do, how I eat, you know what I'm saying, the things that I do, but it's because of my trial and error in life and what I've learned through life, you know what I mean? And hopefully y'all can learn from me or learn a thing or two. Obviously, the best learning experience is doing experiences for yourself, but not learning from others. But hopefully y'all can learn from some of the things that I'm saying. Anyways, I want to say that through that, I pushed through that time in my life, and as well as I pushed through that time in my life, it just, how can I say this? It helped me elevate, man. I'm gonna have to make this video quick because my phone is overheating constantly, and that's not good for the phone. Anyways, though, like I was last saying, what was I last saying?
2,000 years later.
I was last talking about how I was elevating through life with football. After that, though, man, you know what I'm saying? That's when I took a step back from school. So after football was over with, I did like the last, you know what I'm saying, Q1, Q2 of school. I was there. Then after that, I went homeschool because I had to get my mental together. Like I was telling y'all, even as I was going through football, I was still dealing with like me being a stanky person, but I don't like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't like being around people and I'm stanky because I know how it is for somebody to be around me and they smell like shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around you. Don't come around me smell like shit. You know what I mean? So I took that time to myself, go homeschool to figure out why was I being so stanky? What was making me stanky? And through that time, I learned a lot. Now I didn't at the time in the season looking at, I didn't know it was, but now that I look back at that, it could have been spirits. And if you don't know, don't even worry about it. But spirits definitely have a smell. Once you're like when you doing demonic type of things in life, it has a smell to it. Anyways, though, it was also the things I was putting in my body. You know what I'm saying? I learned that just because you put deodorant on, just because you put lotion and cologne on, that's not gonna make you smell good. You have to take care of the inside of your body. If you eat hot chips and noodles all day, you know what I'm saying? You can't expect to smell good. You have to eat, you know what I'm saying, primarily whole foods and just to keep yourself smelling good, you know what I'm saying? And I say that from experience. I'm not saying that from, you know what I'm saying, just being a guru or somebody telling you to eat good. I'm telling you that because this is something I went through, but I can't even blame myself that, you know what I'm saying, what I was putting in my body was bad. That's all I knew, you know what I'm saying, growing up in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying, Little Debbie cakes, that's all that's vibrant, that's all they have in the house as your kid, Kool-Aid, ramen noodles, hamburger helper, spaghetti, you know what I'm saying, that's what you eat when you're in the trenches deep bad. And people that have been in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, don't play dumb. Anyways, though, eventually I grew out of that though. I started looking like, man, I gotta stay taking care of my health more. And that's when I went to homeschool. And as I was homeschooled, bro, I didn't know what I was doing. But when I was homeschooled, bro, I started to want to make money. Hella, bro. Like when I went homeschool, bro, it made me started realizing I need to get money if I want to get my life together. So I was like, man, I gotta make money. How am I gonna get money? You know what I'm saying? If I want to better my life, I want to have good health and all these things. I have to have money to provide for myself. I have to have these things. And at this time, I'm only 15 years old. I was just turning 16 by the end of December. So when I went homeschool, I had just turned 16. And bro, I'm still trying to learn how I can make money online, how I can do all these things. And eventually I just end up getting a job because, you know what I'm saying, I was like, I'm finally 16. I can go make money, so let me go do that. I went and applied to Sonics. I got accepted. I got to switch the scenery up a little bit because the way the song was, it was just beaming on my phone, dog. And that was messing it up. And I had to keep resetting and restarting. Anyways, though, I wanted to make money online, so I learned how to do that. And as I started learning to do that, I started to want to venture off into different things. And I've always wanted to do YouTube since a little kid. I remember I wanted to be a YouTuber ever since I was like 3 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? I just started, you know what I'm saying, just wanted to do it. And now that I'm here, I'm older and I can actually do these things and I had mental capability. And what I can say, I want to say, I'm trying to find the word. What am I looking for? Stable. No, the stability or something like that. I can't even think of the word. It's on top of my mind. I just can't get it out. Statitude, statability. No, not solitude. Like I had enough. Anyways, like I'm saying, no, I had enough mental capability to do these things now. Anyways, though, as I grow up, I've learned a lot of things in life, and now I just want to vlog this whole journey as I continue on. But before I do say what I have planned for the future and what is coming and how y'all are going to be here with me on this journey, is I want to say that from 10th grade, I did leave y'all blank. So my 10th grade year, I ended up going homeschool, and man, it messed with my mental bad. And I was just like, man, I can't take this anymore. So I ended up moving back with my brother. But to find out my brother didn't live in Colorado no more. He lived in South Carolina, which I did know, but it's an update for y'all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't no longer live in Colorado, and he lived in South Carolina, which made me move here my 10th grade actually my 11th grade to 12th grade year, which I recently just graduated high school. If y'all didn't see, go watch that last vlog, and y'all will see the whole vlog process of me. I graduated high school, and yeah, now, you know what I'm saying, he gave me an opportunity to live here with him, but now it's time to move on and do my own things in life, you know what I'm saying? And a part of that is vlogging this whole journey of my whole life, and everything I'm doing is to vlog this for y'all to see my life, to, you know what I'm saying, have supporters here, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing giveaways, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to look down on my supporters. And, you know what I'm saying, really, y'all are really my family for real, you know what I'm saying? My supporters and family. I don't have fans, you know what I'm saying? Fans are the people that hate but still watch me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are my supporters, and everybody that's watching, you know what I'm saying? I want to give everybody thanks to y'all. Really more thanks to God first, because it was him that brought y'all to me. But I want to just, you know what I'm saying, welcome y'all in and love on y'all. And that, thank God that He brought y'all here to me. Anyways, though, uh, yeah, now what I have planned is really just, I won't even say what I necessarily have planned. I want to say now that I grew up, you know what I'm saying, I've learned I had to take care of my health. I've learned that just because you put deodorant on, putting cologne on, and doing all these things, it, you know what I'm saying, it don't make you smell good. It's about what you put in your body. So on this channel, y'all can expect a lot of health type of things. Obviously, I have different branched off channels for certain things. I have a Pacific channel that teaches money and stuff like that. So if y'all want to go watch that channel, I'll probably maybe link it below. Don't expect nothing huge. I have another channel as well as, dang, I forgot what I do on that channel. Oh yeah, I do public pranks. I haven't started it though, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into that, public pranks and stuff like that. So if y'all want to see stuff like that, let me know down below. And honestly, I don't know if I want to continue with that anymore, that idea anymore. I thought that was something I wanted to continue. I don't know though. But if y'all want to share that type of content, let me know. Anyways though, continuing on, y'all can't expect stuff like that. But what I mainly in my life, what I day-to-day life is, I take care of my health. Before anything, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? I give glory and almost thanks to the high, because I really want to talk about this in a serious moment real quick. I ain't gonna be too long. I'm gonna be brief with y'all. But coming to Jesus Christ is the truth, man. Honestly, and obviously I grew up in church, but I never took it serious. I was what you would call a lukewarm Christian. You call yourself a Christian, but you don't really take the Lord serious. You don't think about what He wants for your life and what, you know what I'm saying, He has planned. But you just go to church on a Sunday, and I go to church on Sunday, and just because I raise my hands up in worship and go back home and live my own life, how, you know what I'm saying, what lives against God. It's not even about, you know what I'm saying, about being a holier than thou Christian, but it's about, imagine your wife, right? For men and women, just imagine your spouse, right? You have a spouse, and they tell you they love you only on one day, though. They tell you they love you. Hey, I love you on this one day only, and it's like one day of every week they say they love you, and but then every other day of the week they're going out and they're fornicating and they're going out cheating on you, having sex, getting their back being there. And just be honest, you know what I'm saying? They're getting, all these things are happening, but they tell you they love you. Is that love? Love is not from what is said to somebody, but love is what is shown to somebody and what is done for somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what you say. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all may be, you know what I'm saying, childish. You may still be having high school relationships. This is advice for you too as well. When you look at it, love isn't just about you telling your partner something. It's about what you do for them, what you sacrifice for them, what you know what I'm saying, how you really deeply love that person. Anyways though, I want to say that thanks goes to God, because once I changed my life around from looking at it in a lukewarm standpoint of saying, yeah, I love Jesus, but then I go back and I'm still smoking weed and I'm still doing all these other things in the world, and I'm not really focused on, you know what I'm saying, loving on God and loving Him as much as He loved me. You know what I'm saying? And it made me change my mind. As it really shifted my mind, like, damn, excuse me, God. It was making me like, dang, I really do these things that, you know what I'm saying, I said I love the Lord, but I don't really push in to go seek who He is or what has He done for me. You know what I'm saying? And so with this being said, I'm not saying you had to be Christian. I'm just telling you about my experience. You know what I mean? And how the Lord is really true. You know what I'm saying? And I come to Him in my lowest moment, and I just came to seek Him. I started reading my Bible daily. I started in the book of Matthew. I started reading, and it started making sense. Like, He started saying how, you know what I'm saying, lust, what lust really was. Like, no, I had no father in my life. I had nobody teach me things like this, what lust is. And I knew that being on Pornhub was a bad thing, having sex with multiple. I knew these were bad things, but I didn't really understand why and what was the concept of all these. I just knew, hey, stay away from this. This is bad. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, only reason I knew that was because my mother told me focus on school and books and don't focus on women. That was probably why that was embedded in my head over most other men in life. Y'all probably don't know that's bad, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But y'all, if you have kids and you watching this, man, please teach your kids basic lessons and principles of life. You know what I'm saying? It may not even have to be from a biblical standpoint. Don't lust because of this. Just tell them, teach them these things, because you don't know something until it's taught to you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, if you're a parent, work on parenting. You know what I'm saying? Be a better parent out there. Think about your kids' future and not just what you're doing in life. You have a kid to sacrifice your life for them. You know what I'm saying? And see them grow up, not for you to have a kid and have a happy family, American lifestyle, and you have all these things. No, once you have kids, you should be stable in life to where you're allowed to teach your kids everything you've learned and every mistake that you learned and what you know not to do. You know what I'm saying? So anyways though, I wanted to say that out there while I was touching on that topic. Um, just a drop of wisdom, not from me, but from the Lord. Amen. Anyways, though, a lukewarm relationship, I got out of that. I started reading Matthew, and man, I grew. I want to say that the Lord really started opening His Spirit up into me. He really taught me what repentance was. Repentance is not, hey God, please forgive me, God. I'm sorry that I've done this, and God, I'm sorry, and God, please, can you forgive me? I don't have to do that. Forgiveness that's a whole different word from it. Repentance is just changing how you think about it. So repentance would be you looking at fornicating with women, and you looking at these things and just thinking, okay, man, I'm that guy because I do all of this and I do all of that. Change your mindset and get out of that toxic pattern of, man, this is good, and change it into, man, this is bad. This is not what I want to do. This is not something I should want to do. You know what I mean? Because women are most men's downfall in life. So, you know what I'm saying? Getting your mindset and changing it and understanding that these things are true and not just what God is wanting. And then you truly find out the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, through a relationship with Him, but not going through church and not all of the, yes, going to church is very important on your walk with Christ. Do not neglect going to church. Don't say that I sent you here and said, do not go to church. But I'm saying to you is, church shouldn't be your main relationship with God. You should have a relationship without God, or excuse me, without church, with you and just God. You should go to church just to commune with other people, with other fellow believers, to everybody be on one accord and we can operate as one body, because that is the goal of Christ, that all come into the knowledge of truth and that we're all operating in one gift to glorify Him, so that everybody may be rejoiced in each other and we can all enjoy this life together. We shouldn't be here. Life is not about hardship. He has given us the spirit of self. He's given us the spirit of self-discipline. He hasn't given us the spirit of not being undisciplined. So think about this. All those goals you want to do in life, once you come to Christ, He gives you that spirit. That is something you are given freely. You should be self-disciplined. It shouldn't be you forcing yourself to be self-disciplined. It should automatically, obviously you have to work and grow those gifts, but it's something that's in you. It's a free gift that He's already given to you to be self-disciplined. So when you're not self-disciplined, it's not, oh man, you know what I'm saying, I'm never this, I failed. But you should grow and know, man, that's the devil trying to attack me. He see where I'm going, and he know that's something great in life. You know what I'm saying? So keep self-discipline, and man, I just want to really give glory to God in this moment, man. 1 second. I want to really give glory to God in this moment, because without Him, I would still be at rock bottom. I would still be in all these places, and I won't fail to give Him knowledge, but I can't fail to give Him knowledge. In fact, now I think about it. Anyways, though, continuing on. So on this channel, y'all can expect a lot of fitness type of things, health, wellness, money, advice, credit, all those things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna watch me grow, man. I want y'all to really see this video, and as we grow in life, just to look back and be like, dang, he is a normal person just like I am. If he can do it, I can too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a YouTuber my whole life. You know what I'm saying? This is just a career path for now. Eventually, I'm gonna grow old, and I'm not gonna be wanting to pick a camera up and just record myself vlogging. Man, I'm just young right now. You know what I'm saying? And about time I want to say at 30, I'm not gonna be vlogging anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect to, at least. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be vlogging my life, and I feel like that's a lot of people's downfall, and that's why they're so childish still. It says in the Bible, Peter, I think it was Peter Paul, he was like, when I was a kid, I thought like a kid. But a lot of grown-ups, they don't know how to grow out of that childish phase of their life where they went through things. That's why it's good to so many people like, man, just wait till you're older. You'll get it when you're older. Why not experience it now? You know what I'm saying? To better your family life. You shouldn't want to be rich and young just for you can be the biggest person on top of the world, but you should want to be rich and young so that you can achieve these things now. I'm not saying this is for everybody, but everybody that relates to my content at least. Want to be rich now so you can get all these life experiences in while you're young. So then when you do have kids, if you plan to have kids, that you can devote your life to them and you're not complaining, man, well, I never had fun in life and I never did anything. So that you've already enjoyed life, but you're enjoying your life with your kids even more. And you know what I'm saying, devoting your life to making them better human beings. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean neglect work. You know what I'm saying? That just means, you know what I'm saying, or neglect self-peace. I'm just saying, a lot of people are out here, a lot of adults. I'm not quoting names. I don't know people. I'm just saying that's how it was for me growing up. I see it so much on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So many people neglect their kids because they didn't have fun, and they're still partying in a club, and they're in their 50s and 30s, and their kids are at home alone because they want to go party at a club. Like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, though, wisdom don't come from me. So if y'all think this is good wisdom, this is not my knowledge, but this is what the Lord has taught to me. Anyways, though, but yeah. I just want to make this video to show y'all who I am for people that are new to this channel. and everybody else that's coming in and watch this channel. So this is my vlog channel though. This will be where all my vlogs are on, daily vlogs. So if y'all want to see lit content, you know what I'm saying, new cars, apartments, just the enjoyment of life, you know what I'm saying, and me going out, what my day-to-day life is, you know what I'm saying. This ain't no informational channel. This is like a more chill back. You want to watch and eat food, this is the channel you watch. But if you want to learn something from me personally, I have other channels for that, which are in my YouTube thing. So you had to click on my YouTube channel to go see those videos and stuff like that. Anyways though, I hope y'all learned a little more about me, so that as y'all watch my videos, this is something y'all can look back at. For everybody that's watching now, you can be like your OG supporter of me, and as well as just for me to look back at myself, you know what I'm saying, Miles? When you look back at this, man, just look back and see who you are now, or who you are in the future, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, this is who you are, and this is what you were doing as of December 20th, 2026. Or did I say December? Oh my. As of January, oh my. As of June 20th, 2006. This is who I am and what I was doing. But I appreciate everybody for watching. I have talked y'all's ears off. If you watch through this video, you really a goat and a dog. And I really should do a giveaway, huh? Since you watched all the way through, you should get a giveaway, huh? And if you really rocking with that, I may give y'all a giveaway next video. But that's only if somebody comments giveaway. We're going to see who a real supporter. Appreciate y'all for watching. It's been your boy, Miles Milo. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Told that Bible like my, hey, told that, yeah.